Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another segment of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's Think Tank guest. But as always, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. So uh, please take the next 3 minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our Think Tank guest, and then go and visit these sponsors. You're really going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to thank K12 Sports Tech for sponsoring the AD Think Tank segments. K12 Sports Tech helps athletic directors and sport vendors connect through education and hands-on consulting services. And athletic directors are invited to join the think tank and help influence how companies shape their tech to better serve schools. To find out more or to join the think tank, just go to k12sportstech.com. That's k12sportstech.com. We also want to say thanks to our friends at Hometown. Hometown is changing the game for schools and organizations with their suite of solutions. Um, those suites include things like digital ticketing. They're still the number one digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. But how about fee-free fundraising, athletic website construction, and a whole lot more? Whether you're a head coach, an athletic director, or a school administrator, Hometown makes it easy for you and your school to save time, to raise more money, and to bring your entire community together. For more information, just go to hometown.com. We also want to thank our friends at Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. My assistant AD, along with thousands of others, got his master's through the Ohio University program, and it was a great experience. While he was earning his master's degree, he also completed 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Check out Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. We also want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and you can schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com for more information. We also want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. You know, athletic directors already get feedback, but a lot of times it's from a small group that only wants to complain. Uh, Athletic surveys will connect you to that group so you can hear their concerns, but they're also going to connect you to the 98% of your stakeholders that support your program. And having that type of data is incredibly valuable. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. We want to say thanks to Home Campus. Home Campus is a platform you're going to use every single day for scheduling, rosters, results. For me, the athletic eligibility and clearance platform alone is the gold standard. Go to homecampus.com for more information. Don't forget to mention the podcast, homecampus.com. We also want to say thanks to Snap Mobile. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. We used it at our school with great success, and so will you. You can check out all their other great platforms, but if you're looking for a fundraiser, you found it, and it's Snap Raise. We want to thank Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record board for all the teams, for all the events, or show off your school's Hall of Fame, go to Vital Signs Wall of Fame and take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. You put one of their units in your gym lobby or your main school hallway, it's going to be a magnet for kids, for coaches. How about sponsors? Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. You're going to be very glad you did. We also want to say thank you to Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but as an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided. Our student athletes love the videos, and our parents love the streaming, but there's a lot more. Go to huddle.com, join the 8 million users, turn your school into a Huddle school. And we want to say thank you to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and their team will have you creating world-class marketing content for your school social media channel in seconds. Whether it's a simple social media post to celebrate a victory or an entire newsletter in your colors, in your logos, in your brand that shares all the great things you're doing with the community, the Gipper team will have you up and running in no time. It's professional graphic design made easy. Go to Gipper.com to get started. And don't forget to mention the podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to Indiana today, and we're going to be visiting with Erik Hisner. Erik is the Director of Athletics at Eastern High School, and that's in Greentown, Indiana. Erik, welcome to the Think Tank.
Hey, thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Uh, we're excited. We're excited to hear about your think tank experience. We're also joined by K12 Sports Tech COO Alec Brown. Regular listeners, will recognize Alec. But Alec, welcome back to the think tank again.
Thanks, Jake. Always good to be here.
Okay. Well, for our listeners, we're recording this on May 22nd, so it's going to be very timely when you listen to it. Erik, let's go and start with you. Can you share with our listeners just a little bit about yourself, your background, and your school setup, so we've got some context for the whole interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Athletics has always been a big part of my life. Played all the youth sports growing up. Three-sport athlete at Belmont High School in Decatur, Indiana. Enrollment just under 1,000. Played tennis, basketball, and baseball. Had a good experience there, and then was fortunate enough to play baseball at the college level at Goshen College.
Oh, yeah.
Northern Indiana, kind of up by the South Bend area, really good NAIA conference, and passion for athletics and coaching grew. And then I knew I wanted to get into coaching and teaching at an early age. And my father, both my parents are teachers. I've got three younger brothers. Two teach at the public school level, secondary, and then one is a professor at a college level. So we come from a family of educators, and I got into coaching, high school baseball. Did some like middle school basketball and football as well, but mainly high school baseball. And as I kind of got familiar with what an athletic director does and saw the impact that they have, I thought that would be a good career to kind of pursue in addition to what I was doing. So I got my master's in athletic administration and coaching, and then luckily was able to interview at a couple places, and then landed the job here at Eastern. I'm in my seventh year. Really happy with how things are going. We got a great school board, a great superintendent who was a former AD and coach, and then our principal is a former teacher and coach. So we're around people that value athletics. They understand the impact they can have on young lives, and very supportive in kind of what we've been able to build here and some of the improvements that we're making. Our Eastern is just under 500 kids, so for football, we have six classes in Indiana. We are in 2A. The other sports are mainly four classes. We're a large 2A in those. So it's a nice community feel. The school is kind of the community. It's kind of the hub of Greentown. So a lot of good things going on. And yeah, just a great place. I got two kids, 12 and 10. And so a great place to raise a family. They're both able to do multiple sports, being at a school of around
Right.
500, a blessing for us. They can pick and choose and try some different things. So just really happy with the opportunity we have here, and a great place to be.
I appreciate you sharing all that. I think it's important for our listeners to get a chance to get to know, our guests. And I love what you mentioned about that administrative support. They value the education, the
Mm.
athletic experience. Cool stuff. We're going to come back, but Alec, share a little bit with our listeners because, again, this is me talking, listeners. I think it's important for you to hear, Alec really he's one of us. He's not just some slick salesperson trying to push a product. So, Alec, tell us your life story and K12 Sports Tech in 90 seconds.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. Definitely not a salesperson. Probably the furthest thing from it. But yeah, real quick, my background's in education. I was a teacher, administrator, AD, and coach baseball, just like Erik, in Chicago for about 10 years. Started Really a trajectory of working in sports when I was at a high school that didn't have a sports program and saw the sort of the problems with that and the lack of connection a lot of students had to the school because of that. But luckily enough, I had a supportive administration there, and we were able to start the sports program, and that was my first experience as an AD, and it kind of led me on this path to continue that work, and ultimately to K12, where I met our founder Abby Emerson, and really believed in what she wanted to do in connecting ADs to sports tech vendors and making sort of the industry more customer centric as a whole. Essentially what we are at K12 is a consulting and resource hub that connects ADs to sports tech vendors, and we do that through our AD think tank, which Erik is a part of, and I think Erik will tell you, along with our other ADs, they've really liked the experience. I mean, you get to be a key voice in sports tech, you get to learn about new products and platforms that are coming to the space, and you get paid for your insight, which doesn't hurt either. So a great experience for our ADs overall. Great experience for me getting to know a bunch of amazing people from throughout the country. So yeah, I just love it.
Yeah, and again, regular listeners know that when I first came across K12 Sports Tech, it was through Abby Emerson, the founder, but it was just such a unique approach. I'm just going, why hasn't somebody thought of this before? Connecting athletic directors directly to vendors, and also whether it was just a byproduct or you were thinking about this, connecting ADs to each other. Tremendous networking opportunity, and I was sold immediately. So I've become a big fan. We're partners, with K12 Sports Tech, and we don't mind sharing all the great things they do. Erik, let's come back to you. How did you first hear about K12 Sports Tech, and what's been your experience so far?
Yeah, had a AD in our conference, Chip Dale from Delphi Community Schools. Uh, sent out an email to some of us local ADs, mainly in our conference, about what they do, and thought it would be a good opportunity. One thing I really enjoy, and being in coaching at an early age, I had someone who was a mentor to me that got me to go to the ABCA, American Baseball Coach Association convention, and you learn pretty quick. Not only are you there to pick up some things for your team, but you start to network with people and probably learn more about whether coaching products. We were outside the convention, just talking to people, going to dinner, going to the exhibits, and so it's the same thing as an athletic director. Anytime you can find some tools, some products, a system, whatever it is to help and bring back to your school to help your student athletes. You're very interested in doing that. And like I found out early on in coaching, I can speak kind of how it is for baseball, and I'm sure Alec can relate to this, but coaches are here to help each other, just like athletic directors. You'd be surprised for those just getting into it, how much people are willing to share with you. At one point or another, we've all taken from somebody else, whether they've given it to us, we've observed it and quote unquote stolen it. But people are here to help and share. And I think when you get into public school setting and you're in education-based athletics like we are in Indiana, there really are no secrets. Everybody's here to help each other and get better and help the young people, thrive not only in high school but hopefully beyond.
Now, as a member of the think tank, have you had an opportunity to be involved in any projects yet? And if so, can you share that experience?
Yeah, I was able to had one so far. I've kind of looked into a couple others and hopefully get involved. But there was one I can't think of it was a mental approach. It was a system for mental approach for athletes, and I thought it was really good. And our next coaches meeting, I'm going to bring it up to our coaches and kind of see what they think about it. But I think it wasn't just one of those things where you get information and you kind of present it. It was more of an evaluation to where your athletes can, they have a practice or an event and they kind of answer some questions. So it took a deeper dive into the mental approach and how you can really get better. It was, like I said, it wasn't just one of these things. And I've been on some coaching clinics to where you get information somebody presents, and that's a great. And I've been able to take some things back. But this is more of an in-depth, more of a hands-on, practical approach that I think can benefit, especially in adolescent ages. I mean, the mental part of the game is so much. I think sometimes you feel more like a psychologist than you do a coach at this level. So, which you can have a pretty good impact. So it's not always about the X's and O's, but it's maybe more about the relationships and being able to connect and guide them through those things. So, yeah, I thought it was something that was very good. Opened my eyes to a couple things, and so yeah, it's been a good experience so far.
And again, for listeners, these projects that we're talking about, it's not somebody trying to sell you a platform. It's the vendor that's asking you for your opinion
Mhm.
on, all things. And I love the story. Alec, I'll let you share the details, but um, based on feedback from think tank members, vendors have, changed the features. They've changed price. One even changed the name of their product because the ADs gave them that type of feedback. Alec, what have you heard back from the vendors about their experience with the think tank, as well as some of the ADs?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like you said that every vendor that we worked with has changed their platform in some way based on what our think tank members have said and the suggestions that they've made. I think pricing is probably the biggest thing that we've seen changes with, which is really nice to see. Companies restructuring their pricing to be more accessible to smaller schools, or schools that have more budget issues or in lower socioeconomic areas. You said it already. We had one client change their name and change a lot of their marketing materials because ADs thought it was leaning more towards one sport when really it was a solution for all sports. And then the call that Erik mentioned, that's a company called Height EQ that has had some success in the college and professional space, but hadn't really targeted high schools at all until working with us, and definitely got a lot of insights from what our ADs said. They're one of the ones that changed their pricing structure. And also have kind of changed their roadmap now into how they're going to continue to improve their product um, because of what ADs like Erik have said.
Erik, again, when you first heard about it, like most ADs, I'm sure you were probably saying, all right, what is this? But as you were, becoming a member, share that experience. How hard was it to get involved? And I know I've had some ADs tell me, Alec, I'm sure you've gotten this, that they're paranoid that their inbox is going to start blowing up with emails from vendors. So, what's been your experience so far, Erik, as a member of the think tank?
Yeah. No, it's been very easy. I mean, it's a pretty easy sign up process, and there's no pressure at all. If you want to do one project a year, two, three, I think, whatever you're willing to give, they're going to be very receptive to, and they're going to value your time. And then, like Alec mentioned, like there's no pressure to buy anything. It's not like, and I've been on some calls or presentations to where, you have a webinar, you listen to somebody, and then they're blowing you up weeks, months, and it's not like that at all. I told like I say, it was a great information session. I think we were able to give something to them, and we got something from them as well. And then, I kind of told them where we were at. That I've got a meeting coming up, and so it wasn't like, yeah, we're getting pressured to buy anything. It was uh, very enjoyable experience so far. And so yeah, it's been, like I said, it's only been a few months here, but I've really enjoyed it and looking forward to doing some additional things as well.
And again, as Alec mentioned, for these projects that you complete, you get paid for it. So that's an added bonus. Alec, the platform's been around now for, I think you're on your completed second year. You're probably into year
Hmm.
three.
Yep.
You hit some milestones as far as number of think tank members. You had a big, unveiling of your vendor experience. What are some other exciting things coming up in the future?
Yeah, so we hit our 500th AD think tank member a few months ago, which was a big one for us. We're shooting for 1,000 now. We'd like to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. We are in the midst of launching our vendor directory, which will really allow our ADs to connect with vendors on a larger scale than just our consulting projects. If you're interested in the directory. please reach out. There's a free option plus a premium option. So there's an option for every company involved, every any company in the space to get their name out there to the 80s in our think tank and beyond that. And then the last thing I'll mention that we're really excited about is we're launching an emerging innovators program, and that's for startup sports technology companies that are brand new that might not even have products out on the market yet, but want to get the insight of think tank members. We just are just about to start with our first two emerging innovator clients, and we're offering up to 50% reduced consulting rates to work with brand new companies because we think it's important for these companies to get early insight into what ADs really want, and also for ADs to see what's the next thing, what's coming next, and what they should be on the lookout for to help improve their programs. Whether they're large or small or wherever they're from in the country.
Well, Alec, if one of our listeners who's not currently a member, wants to find out more or wants to sign up and become an AD Think Tank member, what's the easiest way for them to do that? And how can they get a hold of you directly?
Yeah, so if you go to K12sportstech.com, you'll find the AD Think Tank section and you can apply right there. It takes about 10 minutes. And then if you want to email me, you're welcome to do that. My email is alec, ALEC, at K12sportstech.com.
Okay. And Erik, we're all about building networks. If one of our listeners wanted to pick your brain a little bit about your think tank experience or find out how you're doing things at Eastern High School, how can they connect with Erik Hisner?
Yeah, my emails, is my first name dot last name at eastern.k12.in.us.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for sharing on this AD Think Tank segment. All the best as we wrap up the 2024-2025 school year, and hope you all have a great summer.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake.
For our listeners, we hope you have a great summer too, and we appreciate you tuning in. And just a reminder, we upload the Zoom recordings of all of our interviews to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do this just about every week and just about every day. We try to share stories and best practices from the world of athletics. So hopefully you'll join us on the next K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Before we go, of course, we're going to give a shout out to all of our great sponsors, including K12 Sports Tech. We want to say thanks to Home Campus, Ohio University, and their online master in athletic administration. We want to say thanks to Gipper and Athletic Surveys. We want to thank Hometown and Sideline Interactive. I want to say thanks to Snap Rays, thanks to Huddle, and thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Once again, these are all great, great companies. I used them as an athletic director. I highly recommend that you use them too. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.